utikanererie dioka thondeke mucemanio waku na kuria utiga gutinda ukiura mimero bau ukianirira tweke ũgima gũkũ kutu tutige wana akorwo wĩna kĩama gĩaku ũrenda ũthiĩ ũgathondeke mũcemanio na kũu tũtĩ ũre nĩ wana nĩ kũthenga mũkũthenga mũtegũtũnegenera nĩ tũkwaria.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you viewers. I hope you're fine wherever you are. Welcome to Talk to Africa. My name is George. It is now crystal clear that the mountain has rejected the candidature of RAILA Amolo Odinga. In fact, in my view, even if UHURU Kenyatta accompanies RAILA Amolo Odinga to the mountain right now, with about 87 days to elections, I don't think that will make any meaningful change. Why has Mount Kenya rejected the candidature of RAILA Amolo Odinga? Secondly, how will this impact on the outcome of the coming elections? If you're watching this channel for the first time, kindly consider subscribing to it, and if you like any one of our videos, we'll highly appreciate if you like the videos on YouTube. Why has Mount Kenya rejected the candidature of RAILA Amolo Odinga? And secondly, how will that impact on the general elections? You know, I think there are a couple of reasons why Mount Kenya has rejected RAILA's candidature. One reason is basically historical. Mount Kenya and the Lake region have had their own issues since independence, and everybody knows that. And you know, the campaign that has been there over the years, I dare say even maybe over 50 years, has been against the general population of the Lake region. So there has been some kind of contest or rivalry between the two communities, and that is the Luo community and the Kikuyu community. And this has actually gone deep in it. So those of us who have seen this play out know very well that this has been a problem that is not just a question of the candidature of RAILA Amolo Odinga as an individual. RAILA Amolo Odinga is lumped up and tied to the general Luo community. And basically it's that perception, as a lot of people have said, and as you know, UHURU Kenyatta and RAILA Amolo Odinga realize, is something that has been there, and in itself is the problem, one of the problems, rather it's actually the foundation of the problem itself. So it's not a question of whether RAILA Amolo Odinga is selling what agenda. It's not a question of whatever, it's just a big situation of mistrust. And this is partly the reason why I supported, or I still support, that handshake and probably the BBI. You know, the handshake is not just a question of sharing positions. The handshake is a question of healing historical, let me call them historical differences, particularly between the Mount Kenya region and the Lake region. And that is an important thing, given that this is one country, and there's no way somebody like UHURU Kenyatta has said before nobody is going to leave this country to go and settle elsewhere, I think it's important that that handshake thing should basically be continued, and maybe even the BBI, which addresses some of these issues, should have actually been considered. So it's because of that history that the Luos and the Kikuyus had in the past that has made Raila Amolo Odinga, it's part of the reason that has made Raila Amolo Odinga be kind of rejected, especially by the younger people. So that mistrust is a problem. The second thing, Raila himself as a candidate and as Raila, even before this candidature, the presidential contest of this 2022, Raila himself has not adequately opened up to the people of the mountain. He has been doing it in his own way. You can't change personalities, but he has not connected, let me use that word. He's not been able to connect with Mount Kenya. And there's mistrust. People don't trust Raila in Mount Kenya, because they think Raila will come with a pull fast one. They think he's not genuine, They think he doesn't mean what he says. Of course, unlike Ruto, they know, in my view, in Mount Kenya, they know that they have a situation of two candidates that they don't like, but they have to choose the lesser evil. And Ruto has come out and basically, kind of opened up, let me say so. Either, if not generally with the larger Mount Kenya community, Ruto has kind of opened up with the leaders who have basically been able to, tell the Mount Kenya people who Ruto exactly is, But Raila has not been able to market himself before these elections, and even during these elections, he hasn't been able to market himself. And talking of marketing himself, these people who surround Raila really have also not been able to go out there or to bring people into their counties and to help that kind of relationship, kind of work between Mount Kenya and the Luo community. Why am I saying this? Business, friendship, and just welcoming people, is so important in building confidence. You cannot build confidence. You cannot expect Raila Amolo Odinga to be elected by a landslide in Mount Kenya if those people don't really believe or don't really trust that these people really mean something. So it's a question of marketing himself over the years. Either he's used the wrong strategy in terms of being able to reach out for Mount Kenya, or he has not been trusted. By the way, talking of strategy, you remember that Raila has actually two missed chances. He lost two big opportunities where he would have actually connected with the larger Mount Kenya area. The first missed chance is that one of Moi, when the NAC government, or rather when, he was fighting for multi-party democracy, and, eventually Moi accepted Section 2A, where he fought with so many people, Gitobu Manyara, Martha Karua, Anyang' Nyong', and people from the mountain generally, a lot of them. And, at that time, that was a missed opportunity because Raila never capitalized on that to basically be able to hang on with these people. He actually quickly forgot those people and they kind of just disappeared. Paul Moite, and many other, Koigi Wamwere, and many other leaders. So there's a missed opportunity that Raila had. That was the first missed opportunity. The second missed opportunity was that one of Kibaki government. And in this way, I relate the two being the two presidential candidates. I would say Raila and Ruto have the same kind of thing, but Ruto more or less changed this. Where when Raila disagreed with Kibaki, he never actually went and explained to the Mount Kenya people what exactly was happening. So he missed that opportunity. You remember, Raila was called Njamba. Ruto too today is called Njamba, but for some reason, Ruto has been able to actually mend his fences, although still there's that mistrust is not as high as the mistrust between Raila Amolo Odinga and the Mount Kenya. So that missed opportunity, those people don't help, all these things are factors basically that are making Raila very unpopular. In fact, I dare say that, I think that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta will not accompany Raila Amolo Odinga to Mount Kenya, because any accompanying Raila Amolo Odinga to Mount Kenya will not add any value to Raila's candidature. It will not add value, and I think they've discovered this, or they've recognized this. So it's highly unlikely that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta will accompany Raila to Mount Kenya. If he does, it might have a problem in itself, because the narrative there has been that, Raila is a project, So it might have a negative kind of impact. I can say this in my view, and in closing. I feel that Raila Amolo Odinga will get close, or rather between 30 and 35% of the mountain. If you ask me, I haven't done any scientific research, so don't hold me responsible 100% for this. This is just my opinion. Raila will get 30 to 35% of the mountain. And I feel that William Samoei Ruto will get, in as much as he's very popular in the mountain, I feel he will get between 40 and maybe 50% of the mountain. That may be the thing that we are looking at right now. And if I go further, I would say that probably the population, the age group, the people who will vote for Raila will mainly be those ones who are 40 plus, and the people who will mainly vote for Ruto will be 40 minus, because Ruto actually has the sway in terms of the younger voters in there, So that is basically what I think, and like I've said, I feel that, no matter, even if Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta actually accompanies Raila Amolo Odinga, it may have very little effect. But don't underrate the support of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is not only the owner of Mount Kenya, as I've said in the past. He is respected in Mount Kenya. They may not agree with him because of those differences, because of what has happened in the past between the Luo community and the Kikuyu community. They may not agree with him. But at the end of the day, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is actually recognized as the head of Mount Kenya, to be honest. And that you cannot take away from him, whether they support what he's doing or they don't support what he's doing, because there's nobody else. So basically, with the mountain actually, and in our view and in my view, the mountain actually having rejected Raila Amolo Odinga, how will he perform in the elections that are coming in August? By and large, as many analysts and people have said, Raila Amolo Odinga, even without Mount Kenya, has been performing very well. Other people will argue that it's because of Kalonzo, Mudavadi, but if you look at it, the candidature of a person, majority of people vote the presidential candidate. Then he gets now the basket of Kalonzo, or maybe the basket of so-and-so, into his sway, So, generally speaking, Raila has been performing pretty well, comparatively pretty well, even without Mount Kenya support. So, if Raila gets between 30, which I think, and 35% of Mount Kenya, he, by and large, will be home and dry, Then there's the other aspect of William Samoei Ruto. William Samoei Ruto too may have that challenge of being able to get numbers in other places. William Samoei Ruto has invested heavily, really heavily, in Mount Kenya at the cost of other things. A lot of other people or counties slipped out of his hand because of the amount of time that William Samoei Ruto invested in Mount Kenya. So William Samoei Ruto too may have a challenge in terms of getting, other votes in other counties. And this is the reason why, when I look at things in the balance, I see Raila having, his leg ahead of William Samoei Ruto in the coming general elections. It's called a photo finish. Anybody who is talking about a landslide I really don't know. But to me, I'm seeing a very close race. I'm seeing a photo finish, and that is why the support of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is so important, and that's the reason why William Samoei Ruto has always decried or wanted Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to support him. Like I've said before, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta has votes even in Northeastern Province, my friend, and even in Coast, those votes are Nairobi. So don't underrate that. Why has Mount Kenya rejected the candidature of Raila Amolo Odinga? And secondly, how will that impact on the general elections? If you're watching this channel for the first time, kindly consider subscribing to it. And if you like any one of our videos, we'll highly appreciate if you like the videos on YouTube.